Hello there, my name's Scott. Today I'm going to be doing a review on two cartomiser tanks which I received from www.gr-modders.com, who are based in Greece. These are also available in the UK from vaporizers.com, in Ireland from bargainvapor.com, and in America from avidvapor.com. Before I start, I must point out I did receive them free of charge for the purpose of conducting a review. My opinion of products remain true, honest and accurate as always. Okay, so these are two tanks that are being manufactured by a guy in Greece called Tripolitis, and they are the trap tank and the Tripolitis tower tank. So let's go straight ahead and show you them in a bit more detail. Okay, so Tripolitis is currently manufacturing two different types of cartomiser tank. This one here is a fully assembled trap tank, and these three parts here make up the other tank, which is called, I believe it's pronounced a Tripolitis tower tank. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the trap tank first. Okay, so here we have the trap tank. There's stainless steel end caps on both ends and obviously a clear tank body so you can see the amount of e-liquid you've got left in the tank. Now, according to the website, the tank is made from a PMMA food approved material, but it doesn't actually tell you what that material is, so I can't give you that information, unfortunately. The tank will react with certain e-liquids, and I was warned away from using any sort of menthols. I've been using the tank now for about sort of 4 or 5 weeks, as you can probably tell from the scrapes and the scuffs there. I've not had any problems with leaking or cracking though, but then I am only using sort of pretty regular tobacco flavours. The tank holds just shy of 3 ml of e-liquid, and on top here you have a little filling screw. I will give a demonstration of that in action, but basically it just means that you can leave your cartomiser alone once it's installed. You just undo the screw, put your syringe down the hole, and you fill the tank that way. Okay, so that is the trap tank. Let's have a quick look at the Tripolitis tower tank. Okay, so this is the Tripolitis tower tank. Just wanted to show you the inside of it without the end caps attached. If you look on the inside, you can see it's just like basically a straight tube. Whereas when I first got this, I assumed that the inside was going to match the curvature of the outside. But obviously where it doesn't, this means you're not going to hold as much e-liquid as what you might think it would have done. You still get around 2 ml of e-liquid in there, so it's not too bad, but it's just obviously not quite as much as what you would find on the trap tank, so you will need to fill it up slightly more often. Okay, so to assemble this, you just got to obviously just push the end caps in there. And I will say that once these end caps are in there, they are very difficult to get out again. But once they're installed, you don't really need to get them out again, to be honest. So just slide that in there, and then slide that one in there. And that's it, it's all ready to have your cartomiser installed. Once again, made out of food approved stainless steel, very nicely machined. Obviously it's got my grubby fingerprints all over it at the moment, but this really is a very blinging, a very unique looking cartomiser tank. And also on the top there you have the filling hole, which I will demonstrate in a little bit. Okay, so let's show you how to fill up the tanks and get it all set up so you can start having a vape. Okay, so both the Tripolitis tank and the trap tank use the regular size Bogue 510 cartomisers. And the same with any cartomiser tank, the cartomiser does need to be punctured with a small hole to allow e-liquid from the tank to enter it. Now, normally I would measure sort of 12 mil up from the edge there, and then get like a hammer and a small nail, give it a quick tap to puncture a hole. But Tripolitis kindly included a few extra bits and pieces in the parcel, and one of them was this rather nifty cartomiser puncture tool. So all I've done is I've measured 12 mil up from the edge there, and I've just put it inside the carto punch tool. And all I've got to do now is basically just twist the screw. And that would have punctured a nice hole for me, hopefully anyway. Let's have a look, as you can see. And then once you've punctured the hole in the cartomiser, again, another thing you need to make sure you do before you install a brand new cartomiser is to pre-fill it with some e-liquid first. So once it's all punched and you've got your juice filled up in there, all you've got to do then is just slide it through the openings on the tank and push it all the way through to the bottom basically. And then just make sure it's sitting nice and flush at the end there. And that's it, you just got to add your drip tip and fill it up with some juice. Okay, so I'm just going to show you this little sort of filling hole thing now. Now normally when it comes to filling up the tank for the first time, or for example if your tank has just run out of e-liquid and you need to top it up again, you would take the cartomizer, slide it out slightly so you've got a bit of a gap there at the top, and then basically put your filling needle down the side and fill it up that way. But with this little sort of filling screw, you don't need to basically touch the cartomizer at all. So all you've got to do is just unscrew it, put it at one side, obviously make sure you don't lose it, and then just take your syringe or one of these sort of spiky filling bottles, put it down there and just give it a squeeze. And then once you've done that, you just got to take the screw and obviously just screw that back into place. Now, if you did happen to lose your screw, you can leave that upside down and the juice doesn't actually come out. You don't particularly need to put it back in, but I am just putting it back in anyway, really. It's a little bit fiddly to screw back in, but it does go. That's it. And then finally, you just got to wank your drip tip in the top, and that's it. You can attach it onto your 510 device and have a nice vape. Now with the Tripolitis tank, it's a little bit different because obviously you can't see how much juice you're actually adding. So when I'm filling, I'll just fill it up until you can just see the juice start coming out of the little filling hole. And then just let the bottle suck it back in a bit. And then you just got to add your little filling screw, which hopefully I'll do a little bit easier this time. Nope, bollocks. Try again. That's it. And then just add your drip tip, attach it to whatever device you're going to be using, and go off and have a nice vape. Okay, so like I said, Cafanis, he included a few extra bits and pieces in the parcel that he sent out. Didn't actually ask me to do a review or mention them, but it does seem only fair to sort of give him a little bit of a plug. Now here and here, you may recognise these as being the Odysseus and the e-cig, which are really nice and very popular repairable atomizers. And they normally come with like a stainless steel tank like this. But on the GR-Modders site, they also do these clear tanks for the Odysseus. So as you can see, I've got the Odysseus here. And obviously the advantage is that you can see your e-liquid inside there. And if you've got the upgrade kit, they also do the like the extended tank as well there. And also the same thing with the e-cig, they do the clear tanks. And this is actually a shorter tank, so it actually makes your e-cig a little shorter, because they are normally sort of quite long in length. But if you do want to keep it the same size, and they sell the regular size tank for it as well. So I know a lot of people do like the Odysseus and the e-cig, and I know quite a few of them have mentioned about having like a clear tank. So if you want one, that's where you can go and get one. Okay, so that is the trap tank and the Tripolitis tower tank, probably pronounced quite incorrectly there. Okay, so I will give you a quick demonstration of one of them in action, but bear in mind it's the cartomizer that's doing all the work rather than the tank. The tank at the end of the day is just a way of storing more e-liquid, so you don't have to sort of keep on filling up so often. So I'm going to be using the Tripolitis tank. I've got it filled up with some 18mg strength tobacco flavoured e-liquid. I'm using a 3 ohm Bode cartomizer on my Pro Vari, which is currently set at 5 volts. As you can see, like vapour wise, it produces plenty of vapour. But like I said, it's the cartomizer that's doing all the work rather than the tank. You know, if I was just using that cartomizer on its own without the tank, you'd still be seeing exactly the same amount of sort of vapour there. Out of the two, the trap tank is definitely the more practical one. It's a little bit easier to fill up because obviously you can see how much juice you got left. You can see how much juice you're actually putting into it when you fill in as well. But the Tripolitis tank is definitely the winner when it comes to the looks department. It really is a very nice looking tank, quite unique as well. and this thing is built to last. It really is made out of a very, very solid lump of steel. Now you could drop that, put a bomb on it, and I don't think you'd even dent it. It does add quite a bit of weight to your device. Like the ProVair is not the lightest mod on the planet, and this is making it slightly top heavy, only just sort of slightly. But you know, I quite like having that feeling of something a bit more weighty in my hands anyway. You know, not a great deal else I can really sort of tell you about them. They're both just very nice tanks. Like I said, the trap tank is more the practical one. The Tripolitis one is more for looks. You know, if you fancy trying one of these out for yourself, go along to www.gr-modders.com if you're in Greece, vapistvaporizers.com if you're in the UK, bargainvapor.com if you're in Ireland, and avidvapor.com if you're in America. Thank you very much for watching, and also come along and visit my website at www.e-cig-reviews.com. That's e-cig-reviews.com. Cheers guys, happy vaping, see you later.